Alright, let's talk about one of the most luxurious SUVs on the planet, because the 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600 is shaping up to be everything you'd expect from the Maybach name, and honestly, probably more. Now, if you've ever wondered what happens when Mercedes takes its flagship SUV and turns the luxury dial all the way up, this is it. The GLS 600 has always been about quiet confidence, and for 2026, Maybach isn't reinventing the formula, they're refining it to near perfection. Just looking at the design, the first thing you notice is how elegant and commanding it feels without trying to be flashy. The front end still carries that iconic Maybach grille with vertical chrome slats, but for 2026, the details feel sharper and more polished. The lighting signature is cleaner, the surfaces look smoother, and everything just feels more intentional. It's the kind of SUV that doesn't need aggressive lines to get attention, it gets noticed because it looks expensive from every angle. Around the sides, the proportions are classic GLS, but Maybach touches completely change the vibe. The longer rear doors hint at what this car is really about, and those massive wheels, especially in the two-tone finishes, give it a presence that feels closer to a luxury sedan than an SUV. And then there's the paintwork. Maybach's two-tone color options are still very much a highlight, and they make the GLS 600 look like it belongs in front of a five-star hotel rather than a grocery store parking lot. Under the hood, the 2026 GLS 600 continues with its smooth and powerful V8 setup paired with a mild hybrid system. This isn't about aggressive launches or track times, it's about effortless motion. You press the accelerator, and the SUV just glides forward without drama. The mild hybrid assist helps make everything smoother, quieter, and more refined, especially in stop-and-go driving. It's power you feel, but never hear or notice unless you want to. And that's really the theme with this car, everything works in the background. The suspension is tuned to float over rough roads, soaking up bumps like they don't exist. Even though this is a big SUV, it never feels bulky from behind the wheel. Mercedes has clearly spent time making sure the GLS 600 feels calm, stable, and confident at all speeds. But let's be honest, this is a Maybach, and the real magic happens when you step inside. The interior of the 2026 Maybach GLS 600 feels more like a private jet lounge than an SUV cabin. The materials are on another level. Soft leather everywhere, beautiful wood trims, subtle metal accents, and ambient lighting that completely transforms the space at night. Everything you touch feels expensive, and everything you see feels carefully designed. If you're sitting in the front, you get all the latest Mercedes tech, but it's tuned for luxury rather than sportiness. The screens are crisp and elegant, the interface feels smoother than ever, and the entire dashboard layout feels calm instead of overwhelming. This isn't a cockpit that demands attention, it gently works around you. Now, if you're lucky enough to sit in the back, that's where the GLS 600 truly separates itself. The rear seats are the priority here. They recline, massage, heat, cool, and basically do everything short of tucking you in. There's massive legroom, plush headrests, and even dedicated rear screens so passengers can relax in complete comfort. Mercedes has clearly designed this SUV with chauffeurs in mind, and it shows. For 2026, Maybach has also focused on making the cabin even quieter. Extra sound insulation, improved materials, and subtle tuning changes make the GLS 600 feel almost silent inside. At highway speeds, it's the kind of quiet that makes you forget how fast you're actually moving. When it comes to everyday usability, this is still a GLS at heart. There's plenty of cargo space, smooth ride height adjustment, and tech that makes parking and maneuvering surprisingly easy for such a large vehicle. But everything is tuned for comfort first. You're not buying this to push it hard, you're buying it to arrive relaxed. Now let's talk pricing, because this is Maybach territory. The 2026 GLS 600 is expected to start well into the six-figure range, with options pushing it significantly higher. And honestly, that's exactly where it belongs. This isn't just a luxury SUV, it's an experience. You're paying for craftsmanship, presence, and a level of comfort that very few vehicles can match. Compared to previous models, the 2026 version feels more polished rather than dramatically different. The powertrain is smoother, the interior feels more refined, and the tech works more seamlessly in the background. It's not a reinvention, it's a confident evolution of something that already worked extremely well. So if you're someone who values comfort over speed, presence over performance numbers, and refinement over flash, the 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600 might be one of the best luxury SUVs money can buy. It's not loud, it's not aggressive, and it doesn't try to prove anything. It simply exists at the top of the luxury SUV world and stays there. And honestly, that's exactly what a Maybach should do. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what you think of the 2026 GLS 600. Would you take this over a Bentley Bentayga or a Rolls-Royce Cullinan? Let's talk in the comments.